YouTube, it's Luke from Luke Reviews Inc. back for another review. We have made 3 of these reviews so far. Can y'all even believe it? And we're still going strong. We got 2 more after this, and then it'll be over. But let's just get on into this review. Now, this time I'll be reviewing for you all my favorite TV show of all time, Rick and Morty. Now, before I get into this review, I just want to say that this show is meant for an audience of 14 years of age and up. The more offensive cuss words are censored, but there are some uncensored cuss words and just, all on content that would not be appropriate for people ages 14 and under. So I strongly recommend you be age 14 years of age and over. If you stay tuned, I will reveal my favorite episode from seasons 1, 2, and 3, and my favorite episode of all time. So, stay tuned. And now, do you want to know why Rick and Morty is the greatest show on television? Do you want to know why? It is such a great show because of its humor and its philosophical themes. And now, before I explain why the humor and philosophical themes make it such a great show, I just want to say they need a fairly high IQ to understand Rick and Morty. You just gotta have a fairly high IQ to understand the show. That's just how it is. I got you guys. No, you do not need a high IQ to understand Rick and Morty. Not at all. That's absurd, preposterous. You just might need to know some background information on the show to, understand some of the science fiction cliches that they make fun of in order to understand, some of the jokes. But having a high IQ to watch Rick and Morty, no, that's preposterous, unneeded. No, don't need that. But the jokes and the gags in the show are absolutely amazing. 1 second you can be laughing your butt off at some gross out potty humor, and the next moment you can witness some super subtle, super ingenious reference to pop culture, or an event, or a person, or something like that. It doesn't even really seem to connect with the situation. But then when you actually think about it, maybe you do a little research, you realize that it totally connects with the situation, and then you just start laughing out loud. Seriously, it's amazing. It's almost hard to explain. You almost need to watch the entire show to see for yourself. If you're 14 years of age and over, of course, and just experience the humor for yourself. That's all I gotta say. You just gotta experience this amazing show for yourself. Enjoy responsibly. And the dynamic between Rick and Morty, now Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, the co-creators of the show, Roiland voices both Rick and Morty. How they portray Rick and Morty's relationship is just phenomenal. Again, 1 second you can watch Rick insult Morty over and over about how dumb he is. And Morty, he really is kind of dumb sometimes, to be perfectly honest with you. Or mathematically explaining how Morty and Summer are just straight up pieces of poop. Mathematically explaining how they're pieces of poop. And then the next second, you can be tearing up at seeing Rick hanging out with his grandchildren, just having a little dance, just dancing around, having a good time, just being goofy with them. Just the interchange between him and his grandson and his granddaughter. It's just great. Yes, crying because of Rick and Morty. So I did cry at the end of season 2. Not ashamed to admit it. Mock me however you will. I don't care. I cried. Deal with it. Now, let's change gears and talk about the philosophical themes in Rick and Morty. Now, I want to start off by saying that this show, it's definitely not a Christian show. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but you just have to keep that in mind while watching Rick and Morty. And the non-Christianness of the show, it's apparent very quickly, because one episode, Rick literally just flat out says, "There is no God, Summer, gotta rip off that Band-Aid now, and you'll thank me later." So you just gotta keep that in mind while watching the show. And the themes of Rick and Morty mirror that quote directly. Rick is the smartest man alive. He knows that there's an infinite number of realities. He has invented, a portal gun, so he can hop between all of the different dimensions and all of the different realities. Basically the same thing. So in the show, to Rick, there's no God. Basically, he is God. And if Rick messes something up in one timeline, say like in one episode, they, he let a love potion out. Morty was kind of stupid, let it out himself, and they messed up the whole world. Everybody turned into hideous monsters. So you know what they did? They just found a reality where they were already dead. They went to that reality, buried their bodies, and just resumed their lives in the place of the Rick and Morty that had been killed, since there is an infinite number of realities in Rick and Morty. So yeah, pretty kind of dark. But yeah, if Rick messes something up in one dimension, he can just hop on over to another dimension, resume his life as normal, as long as his body has died in that other dimension. So he can basically do whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. He wants to do that, he does it. He wants to do that, he does it. Whatever he wants, he does. So his life basically has no meaning whatsoever, since he can just sort of dimension hop and resume life with no consequences whatsoever. Therefore, a major part of the show is nihilistic humor. And you can definitely tell that Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland are nihilists, or at least partly nihilist. And as a Christian, I can laugh at that type of humor, knowing that it's not true. I can be content in the fact that there is a God in heaven who loves me and who has sent his son to die on the cross for my sins so that I don't have to suffer for my sins. You just have to accept his son as your Lord and Savior, and you'll be good to go. Alright, we got sort of sidetracked, but on a good topic to get sidetracked on. Now, I'd like to sort of change gears and talk about something else. Now, this term is synonymous with Rick and Morty with the release of Season 3. It basically arose from the release of Season 3, and that term is cancerous fan. And this term means any fan who takes a movie, TV show, video game, and in their enjoyment of said media, they take it too far. Therefore, they are considered cancer because they spread like cancer cells, basically. And now, I just don't like this term because, many people are affected negatively by cancer, and I just don't think it's good to joke about cancer in such a way that you are joking about cancer when you say a cancer's fan. And I don't think that's right. I just don't think that's right. And I have been called a cancer's fan before, and it's basically for one reason, and one reason only. I bought some Rick and Morty merchandise. And let me just tell you, this Rick and Morty merchandise is the real meal deal. Alright? I just want to get that out of the way. It's real nice stuff. And so I just want to say, just because I like a show and I bought some stuff relating to the show that marks me a cancerous fan, I just don't get it. And I do like to quote Rick and Morty, wubba-lubba-dub-dub, hi, I'm Mr.Meeseeks, look at me, and, I'm Pickle Rick, good stuff, good quality quotes. And yes, I have tried Szechuan sauce, and I loved it. So, just because I am enthusiastic about a show makes me cancerous, I just don't think that's right. But enough on these heavy topics. Okay, I just want to show you all my Rick and Morty merchandise. Alright, come on, I'll show you. Alright guys, it is high time for me to wrap up this video, and I would like to say that this video might have seemed a bit more disjointed than my other videos, and that's because it went through extensive editing. Like, I had a bunch of stuff in my script that actually did not make it into this video, and I just took it out because I thought that it just did not go with the flow of the video. Now, if you want to see the original script, then please email luke.reviews.inc@gmail.com, and I can send you a PDF of the original script. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. I want to thank all my subscribers and my family and friends. Thank you all so much for supporting me, and that's going to be it for this video. See you guys later. Please note the schedule change coming up next, and I will see you all in the next video.